You're able to hear my voice, right?
Yes, no.
Yeah. As today is the first day, I waited for 5 minutes extra. Daily classes will be from 7 to 8. Okay. On time, we can start the session by 7 a.m. daily. And I'm your faculty for Linux operating system. Okay. Myself, Madhuri. I'm going to handle your classes. Okay. So this is of 35 days session. We'll start the session with the basics, from very basics to in-depth. Complete we'll discuss in this session. Like installation part I will show. And practical, coming to practicals means how to install the operating system. I will show that what is operating system, how to install the operating system too, how to manage servers. Completely we'll discuss in this session. Okay, and the classes will be from Monday to Friday, as you know that 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. classes will be. And from the very basics, like how to create a file, how to create a folder, everything I will show here. My sessions are designed from fresher level to in-depth completely. It means if you don't have any knowledge in Linux also, no issues on it. Everything I will explain in depth. Okay, so with zero knowledge, you can start your session. No need to know any previous knowledge for Linux classes. Okay, if you don't have any knowledge in networking, also no issues. Everything I will explain here. And one more thing, whatever I explain, I will give notes. Daily, I will share the notes. So while explaining only, I'll make a note also and I'll share that notes with you. You can follow the steps as it is. And whenever I'm taking the classes, just concentrate. Linux is not at all difficult, it is interesting. If you understand what I'm explaining and if you follow the notes what I give, easily you can complete your Linux sessions. And any doubts are there in the class, you can ask me there itself. I'll repeat the concepts, I will explain again. Okay. My voice is audible to everyone, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Anyone have the knowledge in Linux, basic knowledge?
Yes, Madhuri.
Okay. And if you can't talk, you can message me, text me on chat. You can send me direct message also on chat as you have that option. And any doubts are there, you can just message there. I will clear the doubts. Okay. And one more point. Once you registered with DurgaSoft, they will send you one Telegram link, group link they will send. Just add in that link. I will be there in that group. Okay. Group, I'm not talking about the DurgaSoft Technologies group. This is separate group for our session. They will create and they will give it to you. Just join there. Once you joined, and if you are doing any practicals, it means before our theory session or after theory sessions, if you do practicals, if you have any doubts, you can ping me there. I will respond. If you have any doubts. If any command is not executing, something error is coming, so no need to wait for next day's session. You can ping me on group. So definitely I'll respond on group. Okay, that is another point I want to tell you. And now, so coming to our class, as today is demo session, I'll just give the overview so that you will understand how I will teach the session. Okay. And regular classes will be from tomorrow onwards. No demo sessions, classes will be continue. And now, can you tell me what is Linux? Our session is about Linux operating system, right? So, in your point of view, what is Linux? Can anyone respond? What is Linux?
Ma'am, operating system.
Yeah. It is an operating system. What is operating system?
That in computers.
Operating system is an interface between user and
Computer.
hardware.
Sorry.
Yeah. Operating system is an interface between hardware and user. See, after assembling the PC, after assembling a CPU, when you purchase a computer, laptop, if you purchased, directly you cannot access your computer. Hardware devices you cannot access directly. We need an interface in order to interact with hardware components. If you want to store anything, in your hard disk, if you want to use something, you want to write something, you want to check something in your computer directly, we cannot access our computer. So, in order to interact with our hardware devices, physical devices, we need an operating system. Any operating system, one operating system is required in order to interact with hardware components. So, operating system is an interface between hardware and users. Right. So, any one operating system is enough. Not only Linux, any operating system is required in order to interact with hardware components. It means we already have Windows operating system, which is user friendly. Everyone knows how to work with Windows operating system because next finish. Right. So if you installed Windows operating system in your laptop or desktop PC in your computer, we are not taking any special trainings for Windows operating system. If you don't have any knowledge in Windows also, we are not taking any special training for operating your own laptop. You may take time. 1 day, 2 days, you may get confusion. You may take your friend's help or someone's help to operate it. That's it. You'll not go for any coachings to operate your computer. For basic things, we don't go for anywhere. Right. So it means what? Windows is user friendly. Windows is user friendly. And everyone can operate Windows PC. Then why Linux? When you have Windows operating system, which is very easy, then why Linux? Why people are switching to Linux? Why many organizations are switching to Linux operating system? Nowadays, maximum the organizations are switching to Linux operating system. And all the latest technologies are coming with Linux operating system. Why? Why Linux? When you have Windows operating system, which is user friendly, which is very easy to access, then why Linux? Why people are coming to Linux? Yes?
Because it's robust.
The security point of view, it's more secure now compared to Windows. It's more secure.
Exactly. Exactly. It is more
And also,
secure.
yeah, and also in Linux we can use both command line and
Graphical.
command line and graphic is yeah.
Exactly. Very good. So simple. I'll give some features of Linux. Before starting about what is Linux, you know that it is an operating system. Linux is an operating system. Then why Linux means what features? We have some advantages in Linux. Okay, so my screen is visible.
No.
No, no, ma'am.
Now my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, 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 ma'am.
Oh, yes, yes.
Fine. So features of Linux. Open source. Open source means source code we get along with operating system. Source code we get along with operating system. Means operating system is free to everyone. Linux open source. Source code we get along with the operating system. It means operating system is free to everyone. Everyone can download and install genuine operating system in our laptops, desktops, in organization PCs also. But is Windows is open? Means no, it is not open. They will charge for operating system. They will give license key. Okay, it means they will charge for the operating system. So once you give the license key, then only genuine operating system will be activated in your computer. Okay, so it is not free. Windows is not free, but Linux is open source. Source code we get along with the operating system. In Windows, if you want to install operating system, means they'll charge extra. Even if you purchase a laptop nowadays, if you're purchasing a laptop, they're asking you whether you want operating laptop with operating system or without operating system. If you ask to install them only operating system, means they're charging extra 2 to 3,000 and they are giving Windows operating system. So operating system is not free in Windows, but coming to Linux operating system is open source. Okay, so in organizations, if you are installing Windows PCs, means depends on number of users, computers. They'll charge for the operating system. Single user, 3 users, 6 user, 10 user. That is depends on number of users. They will charge for it. Also, not only for operating system, after installing Windows operating system in organizations, if you install any applications like MS Office, if you want to install MS Office in your computer also, we need to pay for Microsoft for that MS Office application. Right. So for applications also, whatever applications we use in our Windows operating system, for that also they will charge. But coming to Linux, here it is open source. That is one point. And we can modify the operating system as per our requirement. Whatever changes you want to do in your operating system, you can do the changes. See, Linux works with commands, as you know that. If you want to create your own commands also, you can create your own commands in Linux. If you want to change the complete look, complete view you want to change of your operating system, you can change that. If you want to create a command with your name also, you can do that. But if you know C++ 100%, then only you can do that scriptings. Okay, so the first point in Linux is open source. Source code we get along with the operating system, and we can modify the operating system as per our requirement. Okay, but to modify the operating system, we should know C++ 100%. And here one more point. Whatever changes we do in our computer, it will not affect to other PCs in a network. If the PCs, all the PCs, for example, 100 PCs are connected together. In one PC, if you do anything, it will not affect to other devices in the network. Okay, so that is the first point. Second point is multicasting. Multicasting means capable of running multiple application and process at the same time. So multiple applications can be run at a time. It can do multitask at a time. It means if you open any application, example, you open Maya software, in the same time you want to open Cisco Packet Tracer. In the same time you want to open VMware software. Multiple applications you want to open at a time. That is possible here. Even this feature is available in maximum all the operating systems. In Windows also multitasking is available. So the same option is available in Linux also. Multitasking is available. And next one is multi-users. It means at a time, multiple users can log in at a time. Say for example, we have Types in operating system. Can anyone tell me how many types of operating systems are there? Types of operating system. Can anyone tell how many types of operating systems are there? Okay. Tell me one thing. My voice is audible to everyone, right? Is it clear? Very clear, my voice?
Yes, ma'am.
Done. Okay. Types of operating system. There are three types of operating systems. So there are three types of operating system. Single user, single task, single user, multitask, and multi-user, multitask. Single user, single task means only one user can log in and that user can perform only one task. It means if they open one application, in the same time they want to open another application, they cannot open that. See, if they open MS Office example, in the same time they want to listen the songs, they cannot do that. Something, scripting they are writing, HTML they open, they are writing something. At the same time they want to watch the movie, they cannot do that. Only one task they can perform at a time. That is single user, single task. Only one user can log in and that user can perform only one task. Example is DOS, disk operating system. That is our first operating system. And second is single user multitask. Single user multitask means here only one user can log in and that user can perform only, single user multitask means only one user can log in at a time and that user can perform multiple tasks. They can listen the songs, they can watch movie, they can run multiple applications, they can do multiple tasks, but as only one user. If they want to log in into another user, means first they will log out from one user, then they will log in into another user. How many users list it is showing, how many accounts you have. Still you can click on only one user account and that user can perform multiple tasks. Example, Windows. So in Windows, if you have how many user accounts, still you can click on only one user account. Okay, if the user is doing multiple tasks, means that is possible. They can do multiple tasks, but as only one user. If the user wants to log in into another user, means first they will log out, then they will log in into another user. Then only they can perform other tasks. Now, coming to multi-user multitask. Multi-user multitask means multiple users can log in at a time. In one screen itself, you can able to see multiple users. Example for multi-user multitask. I will tell that is Linux. Here, multiple users can log in at a time. 60,000 users can log in at a time. 60,000 users can log in at a time and they can perform their own task. One may create files, one may create folders, one may create partitions, one may install something. Like that, multiple tasks they can do. That is multi-user multiple tasks. 60,000 users, as I told, can log in at a time. But practically, we don't log in so many users because we get confusion. Okay, but that is possible in Linux. I'm repeating. So there are three types of operating systems: single user, single task. Only one user can log in. That user can perform single task only. If they are running one application, they cannot run any other application. Okay, so example for single user, single task is DOS. Second is DOS means disk operating system. That is our first operating system. And second is single user multitask. Here, only one user can log in, but that user can perform multiple tasks. That is Windows. But if they want to log in into another user, first they will log out from one user, then they will log in into another user. And next is multi-user multitask. Here, multiple users can log in at a time, and that users can perform multiple tasks. Example is Linux. So this is also feature of Linux. Advantage of Linux. Multiple users can log in at a time. How to log in multiple users? How to create users? How to log in multiple users? This all I will show you practically in further sessions. Okay, every point, whatever point I am showing here as features of Linux, every point practically also I will show in our further classes. And next one is portability. It means can be installed on all hardware architecture. Linux, you can install any hardware environment. It doesn't require any special hardware environment. So for example, we have an operating system called AIX, which is used in IBM computers. Okay, so like this, we have many operating systems which used in special organizations that also will show in next class, tomorrow's class. Now, coming to AIX operating system, AIX server. If you want to use AIX server means there should be IBM hardware environment. It supports only IBM environment. There only we can use AIX server. So like this, we have some servers, it means some operating systems. So they used only in their own hardware environment. But Linux works in any hardware environment. It doesn't require any special hardware environment. And one more point. If you have least hardware environment also, you can configure Linux. It works with least hardware environment also. Okay, so that is also one of the feature of Linux. It can be installed in any hardware environment. Hope these points are clear. Everyone are clear with these points? Open source, multi-user multitasking, and portability. Is these points are clear?
Yes.
Yeah. And these points tomorrow I will give notes. Today I'm not giving any notes also. Tomorrow. And the next point. Scalability. Same operating system can be used on a desktop to a supercomputer. Scalability. Operating system is same for normal desktop PC to supercomputer. Operating system is same. One operating system only. It means normally what we install in our laptop or in our desktop machine, in our computer, just for practical purpose, which operating system you are going to install, the same operating system you are going to use in real-time environment also, in servers also we use the same operating system. That is also advantage of Linux. Okay, see, coming to Windows, and one more point I want to tell you that I am taking Windows as an example for every point because you are familiar with Windows operating system. So if I take Windows as an example, you can imagine and you can understand. That is only the reason I'm taking Windows as example for your easy understanding purpose. Okay. Now, Coming to Windows, in Windows there are two types of operating system. Windows Server operating system and client operating system. What is the difference between server and client? Can anyone tell? Okay. First, can you tell me what is server? What is client? What is server? What is client? Any idea?
Ma'am, server is a computer where all the data is stored.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me, Mitra.
Ma'am, server is a computer where all the data is stored, and client is a person who you request to server.
Yeah. Client means simple as you told. Client means which request for the services. Client means which request for the services. Server means which provides requested services. Simple. Client means which request for the services. Server means which provides requested services. Okay, so in Windows, we have separate operating systems. Client operating systems are separate. Server operating systems are separate. Client operating systems means what are the client operating systems we have in Windows? Like 95, 98, ME, XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11 are the client operating systems. Server operating systems means NT, 2000, 2003, 2008, 2012, 2016 are the server operating systems. It means in Windows, there are separate operating systems for servers and clients. Client PC operating system is different. Server PC operating system is different. Okay. Client operating system means you will get operating system without any services. Server operating system means you will get the operating system along with the services. Services like Active Directory, DNS, DHCP, FTP, all the services you will get along with the operating system. Server means, right? That is in Windows. It means if you want to be as a Windows administrator or if you want to be perfect in Windows, you should know how to handle both server operating system and client operating system. Right. Now, assume in one computer you installed client operating system. There, if you want to configure anything server, like you want to configure FTP server, is that possible? No, not possible. Why? Because that is client operating system without any services. Now, what to do if you want to use FTP server in that particular PC means what we do? First, we remove that client operating system. Then we install server operating system and we configure FTP. That is in Windows. But coming to Linux, here we have single operating system. For client side and server side, operating system is same. So if you understand the concept starting initially, what commands we learn, if you understand that commands till end, all the servers also you can configure with that commands only. Starting what we learn, the basic commands. So the same commands we use till end of the course also. In server side also, we use that commands only. Operating system is same here. There is no separate operating system. Okay, in your laptop, if you installed Linux operating system, you can use your laptop as client PC as well as server PC. That is depends on your requirement. You can use it. That is the advantage here. So we have single operating system for clients and servers. So what you are learning in your laptop, by using which operating system you are learning Linux, the same operating system we use in real time also. Okay, so that is also advantage of Linux. Hope you're clear in this point. Operating system is same for normal desktop PC to supercomputer. Operating system is same. This point also I will show you practically. Every point, as I told, every point, whatever points we are discussing now, all the points we'll discuss practically also in the further session. And next one is reliability. Large servers has been successfully being running without a single second of downtime. So Linux, it is reliability. No need to restart the system 24/7, no downtime. In Linux, another feature of Linux is no downtime. It means no need to restart the system. Is it possible with other operating systems? Means no. Say for example, if you take Windows, in your laptop, general laptop, or in your server also, Microsoft people will send the patches, means updates they will send. If you observe, weekly ones, mostly, when you are going to switch off your laptop or when you're going to restart your laptop, you can see there updates are available to your computer. You'll get that option. If you click on it, it will update your laptop, and after that it will shut down your computer or restart your computer as you selected. It means after updating with new updates, patches, we need to restart our computer. Then only our operating system will take that new updates. So similarly in organizations also, Microsoft people will send patches every Thursday or Friday. Patches means updates. They will send to organizations, those who are using Windows. So now what administrators will do is they will update the patches. They will install the patches. Patches means updates, remember. Okay, once they update server operating system, once they update server computer, they need to restart the computer compulsory. So before restarting the computer only, so they will give downtime to employees for their end users, for everyone. They'll send the mail like 10 minutes downtime, 15 minutes downtime, they like that, they will send the mail to all their clients. After that, they will restart the computer. It means that is downtime. When it is restarted, it will stop all the applications. Which applications are running, it will stop all the applications. Then it will switch on again. Again, administrator will manually on all the applications. Okay, so that is in Windows. It is downtime. If you observe, sometimes when you are doing any mobile transitions, it will show you some message like server is down temporarily, like that, because the main servers are restarting at that time. So there is a downtime in Windows. But coming to Linux, no downtime in Linux operating system. There is no downtime. It means without restarting the computer, we can update everything. How to update everything without restarting, that also I'll show practically. And next one is security. Linux is secure because inbuilt firewalls are there. Firewall IP tables are nothing but firewalls. In Windows we call firewalls, here we call IP tables. We can configure IP tables as per our requirement. If you want, you can enable, you can disable firewalls. So also inbuilt SC Linux is there. Secure enhanced Linux. IP tables are used to secure network files, and SC Linux is used to secure local files. So what is this? I will show you practically next. So Linux is secure, inbuilt firewalls are there. It means inbuilt IP tables are there and SC Linux is there. Okay, and next. Linux is secure. Another point. Linux is secure because it works with command line interface. Linux works with command line interface. So those who know the commands, they only can configure anything in Linux machine. If you have Linux computer, if you have a laptop or a desktop, okay, so if you install Linux operating system, others cannot access anything from your PC if they don't know Linux means. So because it works with command, if you want to enter, you want to create a file, you want to check the content of a file, for everything, we use commands only. So it is secure. But remember, Linux works with commands, but Linux is not difficult. It is very easy. Very interesting, first of all. Linux is very interesting. Trust me, if you don't have any knowledge also, zero knowledge also, you can complete your Linux classes successfully by doing all the practicals. I am sure about that. Okay, so Linux is secure because it works with command line interface. Next, Linux is secure because it doesn't support exe files. No next, finish. No auto runs. It is very secure. Okay, and Linux is secure because for every user, password authentication is compulsory. For every user, password authentication is compulsory. Without password, we cannot log in into any user account. So, password is compulsory. It means what? If someone is trying to log in into any of your user, so definitely it will ask for the password. If you share password, then only they can log in into our computer. But in Windows, it is not like that. If it is showing multiple users, you created multiple users, but password is not generated. So simply if you click on that username means it will allow us to log in into that account. But in Linux, it is not like that. In Linux, if the user is created, compulsory password is there. Should be there. Okay. So without password, others cannot access our computer login. Others cannot log in into our computer. So that is also one reason why Linux is secure. I'm repeating, Linux is secure because it works with commands. Linux is secure because it doesn't support exes files. Linux is secure because for every user, password authentication is compulsory. Next, Linux is secure. We can encrypt a file by assigning password. Encryption means what? Converting the data into secure format. So we can encrypt a file in Linux. Say, for example, is you have a Windows PC. There, you opened one notepad. In that notepad, you are adding some important data. Your office details, personal details, something. Account details, passports, whatever it is. There is an important data in your notepad. You saved somewhere in your computer. That notepad you saved somewhere in your computer. I don't know the location where you saved, but I have access to your computer and I want to find the notepad. I want to know what is there in that notepad. I know that something important data is there. I want to find that notepad. Is it possible for me to find the notepad which you created? Means yes, because I have access to your computer. Then what I will do? I'll check every partition. Maybe you have C, D, E, F drives. I will check every drive. I will enter into the drive. I'll check individually every folder, every notepad. I'll just double click and I'll check. So I may take time, 1 day, 2 days, or 1 week. I may take time, but definitely I will find it. Right. So once I open the notepad, simple. If I double click on the notepad, means I can see the content, what is there in that notepad. It means no secure for our data. But coming to Linux, in Linux, once you create a file and added some content, you can encrypt that file by assigning password, as I told. So now assume you created a file, you encrypted that file by assigning password. Now, I'm trying to check content of your file. It is showing the content in encrypted format. Now, I'm trying to open your file. It is asking me for the password. Without password, I cannot open your file. I cannot check content of your file. This also I will show in classes. While creating file, I will show this practical. Okay. So again, I'm telling all the points I will show you practically in further classes. So Linux is secure because we can encrypt a file by assigning password. That is also one reason why Linux is secure. And next, in Linux, there is no setup files. Linux is secure because there is no setup file. Everything you will get as a configuration file. We need to configure everything manually. Whatever we configure, our system accepts that only. And once configuration is completed, you can encrypt that configuration file also. That server also you can encrypt. So without your permission, others cannot access your server also. They cannot do anything with that server because it is encrypted. Okay, so this is also one reason why Linux, we can encrypt a file and there is no setup files in Linux. Everything we get as a configuration file. As an administrator, what we configure, our system accepts that only. That is also one of the reasons why Linux is secure. These are the few reasons in Linux why Linux is secure means. Okay, and next point. Feature of Linux, next point I'm telling. Up to now, whatever we discuss, hope you're clear in these points. Okay, and I'm telling you again, if any point is not clear, you can ask me. I'll repeat the concepts. My students should be perfect in my classes. Linux is not at all difficult. It is interesting only. So if you don't have, if you have any doubts, you can ping me. And as I told, they will give you a group also, Telegram group. In that group also, you can message me. There also will respond. I'll give you one more point. Why Linux means. Now, assume I have two pieces. One is Windows and one is Linux. Right? So, what is computer means? Computer is an electronic device. Okay, it is an electronic device. That's it. Whatever brand you are using, computer means it is an electronic device. Okay, what is the function of a computer? It takes input from input devices, do the process and gives output through output devices. That is the function of your computer. Any operating system you are using, function, any vendor or computer you are using. Computer means it is an electronic device, any vendor. And what is the function of your computer? It takes input from input devices, it will do the process and it will give output through output devices. That is the function of your computer. So any OS you are using, but how the process is doing, that is depends on your operating system. Now, coming to Windows. So for example, in Windows, if you're giving any input through input devices, we call that input as utilities, like a plus b, 2 plus 2, 1 plus 1, whatever input we are giving. It will send that input to your shell. Shell is an interface between user and hardware. What is shell? It is an interface between user and hardware. What is the function of a shell? Shell converts the user understanding language into machine understanding language, means into zeros and ones. Okay, say for example, when something data is coming inside, shell converts into zeros and ones and it transfers to hardware environment. It will not check what data you are sending. The function of shell is only converting into zeros and ones and transferring into hardware environment. Okay, if you connected a pen drive, the pen drive is infected with virus. Shell, what it will do, it converts into zeros and ones and it transfers to hardware environment. Because the function is only transferring into zeros and ones, not checking the data. That is the problem in Windows PC. Now, something you're downloading, something applications you're downloading. Okay, so that applications are not supported by our hardware environment. But shell, what it will do, it converts into zeros and ones and it transfers to hardware environment. There you will get problem. Automatic restart, shutdown, hanging problems you'll get there. Okay, so if something softwares you're installing, if capability is not there, compatibility is not there with our hardware environment, it will not check anything. Simply it will transfer the data. Okay, that is the problem with Windows PCs. But coming to Linux machine, here also, if you are giving any input, here we give input with commands like cat, touch, vi, vim, man, yum, different commands are there. When you are giving any input, here also shell converts into zeros and ones. In Linux, we are using /bin/bash. Shell we are using scripting. What shell we are using in Windows means /bin/bash. Shell we are using in Windows. What it will do? Same function. Shell function is same, converting into zeros and ones. When something data is coming inside, shell converts into zeros and ones and it transfers to hard kernel. In Linux, there is a kernel. VM kernel we call. Okay, so in Linux, kernel is the main heart. This is the main point. Main advantage of Linux is this kernel. This is a small software which is inbuilt in your operating system. Okay, now what this kernel will do? When shell converts into zeros and ones, transfer the data to kernel. Before transferring the data to hardware environment, first kernel checks the data, whether the data is supported by hardware environment or not. If the data is supported by hardware environment, then only it transfers the data to hardware. If it is not supported by hardware environment, then it rejects back to shell. Something virus is coming inside. Virus is not supported. It is not required to hardware. It will reject back to shell. If some exe files are coming, okay, Linux doesn't support exe file. It rejects back. In your computer, your operating system is 32-bit operating system. It means it supports all 32-bit applications. But you don't know this 32, 64. And if you're trying to install anything 64-bit application, your kernel will reject back. If administrator authentication is there, it will reject back. So, Linux is very secure, virus free. Linux is virus free, free from virus. Okay, because there is a kernel. Before transferring the data to hardware environment, kernel checks the data, then only transfers the data. If data is not secure, it will reject back to shell. So this is also one of the reason why Linux means virus free, free from virus. So these are the few reasons of Linux. Features we can say. These are the few features of Linux. Why Linux? Why people are switching to Linux? Why technologies are coming with Linux? Means these are the few features. And one more thing. Comparing to Windows, Linux is faster, performance-wise. Because Windows uses graphical user interface. Everything is in colors. If you open a notepad also, everything it shows in colors only. But Linux means you can use Linux with command line interface. There is an option for GUI also. You can use command line interface by default. Black screen with white fonts. So it will not use more graphics. So Linux performance wise comparing to Windows, Linux is faster. One of the reason is command line interface. It doesn't require more graphics. So processor work is less. And there is a shell concept. Shell is a virtual machine which is used to virtual memory, which is used to increase the performance of our RAM. Okay, so shell also one of the swap also one of the reason in Linux. Swap is a virtual memory. Swap memory is used to increase the speed of our physical memory, means RAM. If your RAM size is 1 GB, you can add 2 more GB to RAM. It means now our RAM size is 3 GB. Okay, so that is also one of the reason why Linux means. Performance-wise, comparing to Windows, this is faster. Okay, so about this swap memory, we'll discuss in our OS installation tab. While installing the operating system, I will show this swap memory also. I'll give the points for that at that time also. Okay, so these are the few features of Linux. Okay, and is this clear, everyone? And as I'm told you, every feature I will show you practically in our further sessions. Okay, and coming to the sessions, what we are going to cover here. So day one, I will give introduction to Linux operating system.
Your screen did not change at all.
Yeah. But you said come again?
Yeah, are you? I think it is just showing the first page of features of Linux only. So if you are showing the course structure or something, I don't, the screen is not refreshed yet.
It's not, okay.
No, ma'am, I'm able to see Notepad. It is visible.
It is not visible.
No, it is visible. Yeah, Notepad is there. Like you are typing contents of Linux. It is there.
Yes. Okay. So it is visible only. No?
Yes, it is
Next
visible.
is, yeah. Next is file system hierarchy. It means here I will show what are the default directories you will get along with operating system. I'll explain about that. And next I will show installation of operating system. And next, basic commands. In basic commands, I will show how to, maximum basic commands I will cover there. How to log in into computer, how to execute the commands, where we execute the commands, how to create a file, how many types of commands are there to create the files, how to create a directory, means folder, how to remove, how to delete, how to copy, how to cut and paste, everything, how to rename, all the basic commands I will cover there. Okay. And next, VI editor. It is also one of the method to create a file, but this I will explain separately because this is very important in real time. So this I will show separately. After basic commands, I will show this. Then I will give basic shell commands, or we can say filter commands. I will explain there. And next, user administration, group administration, like how to create a user, how to create a group, what is the use, what we can do there, everything I'll show there. Next, basic file permissions, advanced file permissions, we also call it as ACLs. Next, partitions, like after entering to the operating system, if you want to create the partitions, how to create the partitions, that I will show. Swap, again, after entering to the operating system, if you want to create again virtual memory, swap memory, how to create that I will show. Logical volume manager, using LVMs, how to create partitions and what is the use, what is the difference between normal partitions and LVMs, that I will show. Next, RAID partitions, how to create RAID partitions, I will show that. Introduction to network. So here I will show how to assign IP addresses, how to assign host name, I will show there. Then backup and restore. It means if you want to take the backup, how to take the backup, why we take the backup, how to take the backup, I will show. Then once you take the backup, if any errors are there, if data is corrupted or deleted unfortunately, how to restore the data back, that I will show next. Package management. If you want to install any applications, any servers or any softwares in Linux means we need package managers. They are RPM and YAM. About that we'll discuss then. YAM installation, data sharing using NFS server, FTP server, Samba server. Separately I will discuss about that. It means it will take 3 days. NFS 1 day, FTP Samba, like that. Okay. And next, DHCP, assigning IP address automatically. Then Apache, website, hosting website, mail server, sending text mails from one user to another user, how to send the text mails, that I will show. Then DNS server, NIS server, like that we have multiple servers. I will explain the servers. If these are the main concepts. In middle, I will cover some more topics also. I will cover in middle. Small topics will be covered in middle. So these are the main topics I will cover in Linux session. Also, some more topics I will cover in middle. When the topics are small, I will explain some other topics also. So this is the concepts which we cover in Linux. Okay, daily 1 hour session, 7 to 8. And any doubts are there in the session, you can ping me on Telegram group. As I told, once you registered, they will give you link. So you can add in the link. I'll be there in the link. I will also add into that link. So if you have any doubts, you can ping me there. My students should be perfect in my classes. Linux is not at all difficult. Okay. So 35 days, I'll take the time for this. Is this clear? If you want to ask me anything, you can ask me now. So this is for today's session. Hope you're clear in the session. So
Ma'am,
whatever concepts are, yeah, ask me.
yeah, I have one small doubt. Like which filter, I mean, like which, in which operating system we are going to cover, like which flavor, ma'am? Is it Red Hat or Ubuntu? In which we are going to discuss in this course?
I will show it in CentOS, which is from
Okay,
Red Hat.
okay, okay.
Okay. So the same practical what I am showing, you can install in your PC in Red Hat also. Same thing works. The commands are works.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And the software, VMware, everything I will give you. The links I will give you. You can download easily. You can work. If you already have anything, Unix operating system is there or Ubuntu, you can practice the same commands which I'm explaining. You can practice there also. Is this clear, everyone? Anything else you want to ask? And my classes, I will go slowly only. I will not I'll not go very fast. I'll go slowly only. Hope you will understand every concept. So this is for today's session. Thank you for the session. We'll meet tomorrow at 7 a.m. And you can leave the session. If anyone has any doubts, they can stay and they can ask. Thank you.
Hi, Madhuri.
Yeah.
Nanda here.
Yeah, Nandatan.
So, Madhuri, so it will be like 1 hour session every day from 7 to 8, right?
Yeah, every day 7 to 8.
So will that be theoretical, or do we have to in that 1 hour session? Will you include practicals from your side or our side? Like how does it go?
Come again?
Okay,
I
for
don't
example,
understand your question.
7 to 8 is a theoretical class
Yes.
alone,
Yeah.
and will
Theory
it
and
all
practical.
practical from your side or from our side also?
From my side, I'll show you
Okay,
practical.
and we'll have to practice in our leisure time, correct?
Yes. And when you have any doubts while doing the practicals, you can ping me
Mhm.
on group. I'll respond there.
Okay.
They will give you one group link. For your batch, they will create a group and they will send you the group link. So when you are doing the practicals, if you have any doubts, any queries there, or anything is not executing command, you can ping me there. Or when you are reading after finishing the class, when you are just rechecking the notes, whatever we discuss, any doubts are there, you can ping me there.
Okay.
That's fine, right?
Yes. Yes. Fine then. I'll be dropping off. We'll meet up tomorrow.
Yeah, fine. We'll meet tomorrow.
Thanks.
Good day.
Bye.
Kumar, Chaitanya, and Vicky. Any doubts you want to ask? Fine. So thank you, Vicky. We'll meet tomorrow.